Hello, everyone, and welcome to Varsity Weekly. My name is Paul Schultz, and I'm your host for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. We have a packed show for you today. And let's begin with a special feature from Varsity Sports Show's reporter Ana de la Cruz on Arizona State Wrestling.
This past week, I had the opportunity to catch up with redshirt junior Jonathan Fagan on the Arizona State Wrestling team. Fagan talks about when he started wrestling, what went through his mind when he was injured last year, and what he is looking forward to this season.
So, tell me about yourself. When did you start wrestling?
I'm from Idaho, so it all started with my dad, really. My dad tells me even when I was still in my mom's belly, he was grabbing me and wrestling me, taunting me, when you come out, it's you and me, right? So I've been wrestling my whole life, really, is what I'm trying to say. And I really started competing around 4 or 5. That's when I started going to bigger tournaments and competing. And then I really started wrestling. I started enjoying it and really competing and winning once I got to high school. That's kind of when things turned around for me, and I was like, oh, I might be good at this thing.
How exactly did you hurt your arm last year?
So it was it kind of started when I was at Cornell. I kind of had issues with it, and I would rehab it and get back. And then when I was in here, actually I was wrestling with Zahid Valencia and shot him on a double, and he sprawled and it kind of popped out then. And then the last time that I was like, I probably need surgery. I was wrestling with Kyle Valencia's little brother, and he took me down, and I went to post my arm, and it just gave out. And then I kind of realized it's probably time to get this looked at.
Did it ever go through your mind when that happened that you were done for a season or you wouldn't be able to wrestle for a while?
When that happened, I didn't really think that. I was like, I just got to rehab it and get back. And then when I had my x-rays, my MRI, and I walked in the doctor's office and Dr. Chabra said, hey, you're out for the season, that's really when reality hit me.
Do you have any specific goals for this year?
Yeah, obviously national championship, team championship, but my very specific goal would be to dominate Max Dean. That's one thing that's on my mind every day.
Fagan is ready to come back and compete this year alongside his teammates since his injury did not let him last year. For Varsity Sports Show, this is Ana de la Cruz reporting.
Thank you, Ana. We now welcome Jaden Richmond to discuss last Friday's high school football matchup between Notre Dame Prep and Desert Mountain.
Hey there, this is Jaden Richmond with Varsity Weekly, bringing you a recap of one of the most exciting games from this week's Friday Night Lights. The Notre Dame Prep Saints came to Desert Mountain High School to take on the Wolves in what would be an incredible defensive matchup. After a scoreless first quarter, the Saints opened up scoring with an incredible scramble from quarterback Noah Trigueros on 3rd and goal. With an extra point, the Saints brought the score to 7-0, which held all the way through halftime. After several drives had stalled out for the Wolves, they desperately needed some momentum late in the 3rd quarter.
Other than that,
yeah, I agree.
silent.
Feels like we haven't said his name a lot like we usually do. Tapley takes the snap, throws. It is caught, and they will take it to the 50, 40, still on their feet, 20. Tries to break a tackle.
And of course, they needed to follow up that huge Freeburg reception with some points. A couple plays later, it's 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Very tightly on the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Looks like pushing in. And wait for the call. Touchdown, Wolves. And they have put points on the board tonight.
But both teams kept struggling to get some offensive momentum, so we go into overtime. Wolves have it first, and Drew Tapley throws it to his brother Dylan to open up overtime with a Wolves touchdown. Now, Notre Dame Prep gets their chance to respond. First play, a little trickery with the reverse, gets the Saints a wide open Colton Jones in the end zone. So now we head into the second overtime, 14-14 all. Notre Dame Prep unable to convert on their first 3 downs, so they kick the field goal, and it's good. Desert Mountain's turn to respond. They can win with a touchdown or extend the game with a field goal. A short run and a couple incompletions later leads to another field goal attempt for Desert Mountain, and that's good. 17 all. We head into triple overtime. 3rd down here for the Wolves up first. Tapley drops back, and it's Tommy Romano of Notre Dame Prep with the interception. Now all the Saints need is a field goal to win the game.
Looking for Notre Dame here. Lot of noise in the stands. Kick is up. And kick is good. Saints win the ball game in third overtime, 20-17 against.
And with that kick, Notre Dame Prep hands Desert Mountain its first loss of the season. Both of these teams get a week off before their next matchups. Skyline up next for Desert Mountain and Sunny Slope up next for Notre Dame Prep. Desert Mountain zone coach Hamilton had this to say after the game.
Coach, tough loss tonight. What was your biggest takeaway from the game?
It's good to play in good, tough high school football games. That would be my biggest takeaway. And then again, when you fail, that's when you make your biggest progressions and you learn. So we're going to learn a lot from this loss. All right, our goal was coming into the year, we wanted to, number one, beat Chaparral. All right, number two, we wanted to win the section. I don't know what that means now, and we're not going to watch the scoreboard, but they're in our section. We lost to them right now. So, we got 4 more games to play, and hopefully we'll run the table going 9-1 and figure out what we're going to do after that. But, what we learned is, we got to get better. And we knew that coming in here. The way we practiced the last 2 weeks, whatever has been below our standards. We've had a lot of guys sick and out that don't practice. When you have 32 guys, when guys aren't consistently practicing, it shows out here. Our starting quarterback was out with a concussion, so that, affected us a little bit tonight in some of those situations where Brady could have used his legs and added a run element in the game with his quarterback, or called runs and things of that nature. And then, we didn't play great on third down defense, even though they only had 7 points. We let a guy, we looked slow a couple of times out. We let a guy get to the edge when we had him outflanked on third down and 11 to get a touchdown. So there's some things we need to work on. We need to evaluate our roster and make sure we have the best players playing. And then we need to enhance the guys' skill sets and understanding so we can get the best guys on the field for the next four weeks, and then we'll go from there. But we're going to take time to rest, I think.
And then, sorry, I just cut you off.
No, go ahead.
And then overtime doesn't happen super often in high school football. How often do you practice that overtime?
You know what? We do a lot of red zone stuff, whatever, so we practice it every Wednesday for us. So we're doing it kind of every Wednesday. They got a walk-off on their first touchdown, right? We didn't get the right call, whatever. They double passed it, trick play. Kudos to them for that. But offensively, man, we're supposed to. We got 3 Division I kids on our team on offense. We have to be able to, in my opinion, all right. And I'll go in there and I'll chop on us, but we got to be able to score more than 17 points. We got a 6'4" receiver. We got a freaking 6'6" tight end, and Jack is one of the better receivers in the state of Arizona. We got to be able to move the ball a little bit more efficiently and score, in my opinion. And those are things that we'll work on. Yep.
Thank you, Coach.
I expect to win these games. I don't expect to lose those type of games.
Thank you.
And you can watch Desert Mountain's next game live with the Varsity Sports Show on Friday, October 21st. Thanks for tuning in to Varsity Weekly, everyone, and have a great break.
Thanks, Aiden. I'm looking forward to the next Varsity Sports Show broadcast of Desert Mountain football. Now let's head over to Canyon View High School as the voice of the Jaguars, Ryan Blank, tells us about their most recent contest on Friday night.
On Friday, the Canyon View Jaguars returned to action in the jungle at Jaguar Stadium for their first regional game of the season against the Willow Canyon Wildcats. After falling behind early 3-0, the Jaguars scored the final 32 points of the game and won 32-3. For the first time in his coaching career, Nick Garrett's had 2 quarterbacks see the field as both Bo Devins and Justin Clark played valuable snaps. Both quarterbacks played strong and led the offense convincingly. Devins and Clark combined to throw 22 of 24 for 279 yards and 2 touchdowns. Onto the defensive side of the ball, the Jaguars got back to their ways after allowing 36 points to Northwest Christian the week prior. They held the Wildcats to 3 points, which came on their first possession of the game. Throughout the game, the Jaguars forced 2 safeties and had 2 interceptions. Now, over the past 4 weeks, the defense has only allowed 39 total points, which includes back-to-back shutouts and then 3 points given up against the Wildcats of Willow Canyon. Stowe Zafiropoulos caught up with senior safety Garrett Hager after a convincing win.
Stowe Zafiropoulos here with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm with Canyon View safety Garrett Hager after a big 32-3 win against Willow Canyon. And you are a defensive leader of this team. You got a pick tonight, now leading the team with 3 interceptions. Tell me what you saw on that play.
I saw the number 1 receiver cut under and turn upfield. My eyes went to the quarterback. I saw him release it. I saw it was high, so I cut to it.
Yeah, and as one of the leaders on this defense, how do you feel your team played tonight?
I feel like we played really good. I feel like we came out, we did our thing, we went 1-0, and the scoreboard tells it. We did pretty good.
And was there anything as a defense that you guys focused on doing perfect tonight that you feel like you did?
Stopping their double I and double wing formation when they're all condensed, stopping that run.
Congratulations.
Following the game, Stos also caught up with Coach Gertz to get his thoughts on Friday's win and how the team looks to build off of it.
Stos Zafiropoulos here with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm with Canyon View head coach Nate Gertz after the big 32-3 win over Willow Canyon. And Coach, you guys did a great job tonight defensively. What was the game plan and how did you guys execute?
Yeah, we wanted to stop the run. These guys came out in the paper and said that only great 3-4 defenses can stop them. So I guess we're a great 3-4 defense after the outing today.
Yeah, and it seemed like they continued to run the same formation, trying to run the speed option. How did you guys adapt to that?
Yeah, and we worked on it all week on film, and Coach Olo and the defense staff had a really good game plan, so they executed and played really well.
Yeah, and you guys played with 2 quarterbacks tonight, and it worked out for you guys. Can we expect to see that again, not next week because of your guys' bye, but in the next game?
Yeah, I think that's the plan, is they both deserve to play, and they both bring different skills to us, so going forward, that's probably going to be the plan.
And we saw that trick play at the end of the game, the 2-point conversion that got called back because of the holding penalty. Can we expect to maybe see something like that again?
We'll see. It was a good call. Should have counted, but that's all right.
Cool. Thank you, Coach. This was Stos Zafiropoulos with the Varsity Sports Show. We'll see you guys next time for more Jaguar football after this bye week.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back to Varsity Weekly. We now take a step back from the Phoenix metro area as our correspondent Kira Robertson provides us an update on Northern Arizona athletics.
Welcome back. This is Kira Robertson, your Northern Arizona correspondent for Varsity Weekly. This week in Northern Arizona, there was a rivalry volleyball match between the Coconino Panthers and the Flagstaff Eagles. Going into the game, the Panthers were 6-6 and the Eagles were 6-5. After playing 4 hard-fought matches, the Eagles pulled through and won 3 matches to 1. The Panthers are now 6-7 on the season, and the Eagles are 7-5 on the season. The Eagles are ranked number 1 in the Grand Canyon region, while the Panthers are ranked number 3. This is the first time the Flagstaff Eagles and the Coconino Panthers have met this season, and will be meeting again on October 27th as both teams' regular season comes to a close. Both teams will be playing multiple games before they see each other again, and I'm sure we will be seeing a great rivalry match again.
Kira, thank you. Next, let's take a trip down south as our Southern Arizona reporter, Annalise Willie, tells us about the U of A's volleyball match against USC.
In tonight's exciting volleyball match, the USC Trojans came to the McKill Center to take on the Wildcats. It was U of A's annual Dig for Pink match on Friday in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and both teams wore their pink jerseys to show their support. Both the Wildcats and the Trojans were strong from the start. Despite USC being highly favored to win, the first set was very back and forth in scoring. Both teams were powerful offensively and had strong defenses. But eventually, the Trojans got the momentum and took the first set 25-20. However, with the McHale Center packed with fans, Arizona was able to steal back the energy and scrape away with the second set 25-22. USC came into the third set forcefully, and their hitters led them to take the third set 25-20. With the momentum on their side, the Trojans won the fourth set as well, and ultimately the match in 4 sets. Arizona was led by outside hitter Jalen Hodge with 14 kills and by Sofia Maldonado Diaz with 11 kills. USC was led by outside hitter Skylar Fields with 20 kills and by libero Gala Tribunt with 25 digs. Arizona will face off against Stanford on Friday, and USC will take on Oregon on Friday as well. Reporting to you for Varsity Sports Show, I'm Annalise Willie.
Founder-level sponsors, the Kristen Graziano Group with HomeSmart Elite, are proud to be Saguaro alumni, community advocates, and your hometown realtors. The Kristen Graziano Group is ranked in the top 1.5% of real estate teams nationally, and your top-selling team right here in SaberCat territory. The Kristen Graziano Group can currently be seen on the Emmy-nominated TV show Selling the Valley of the Sun. When you're ready to buy, sell, or want to know the value of your home, reach out to the group that knows the neighborhood, the Kristen Graziano Group. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
As we near the close of this week's episode, let's take a look at some post-game interviews from our broadcast reporters, along with coaches and players from this week's games.
My name is Jacob Carlisle, and I'm with the Varsity Sports Radio Show, and I'm here with O'Connor Junior Eagles head coach Cliff Dixon. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. A few questions. What did you work on in practice that you want to showcase today?
Mainly just new formations. I got a lot of new kids on the team this year, so trying to get them just to go out, get aggressive, and battle. That's really all I ask them to do, just come out, battle every football game, and whether we're victorious or not, it makes me happy.
And one last question. What will be the difference maker today?
Kind of the same thing as the first question, just heart, man. I try to instill heart in all these kids. And I tell them, you come out, you go 100%, you go full speed, you show you're ready to battle, and that makes every difference out of any game.
All righty, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks so much.
Hi, guys. My name is Jacob Carlisle, and I'm with Varsity Sports, and I'm here to interview Raiders AZ head coach Adam Swartz. How are you doing tonight?
We're doing great. Thanks for having us tonight.
You're welcome. How important is it getting off on the field on third down tonight?
You want to get your defense off the field and get them some rest. Offense, we know what we're doing. Defense, you got to respond, and defense takes more out of you. So getting the guys out and getting them rested is going to be real important for us, and playing that field position battle.
Any breakout stars tonight that we can expect?
I would say that the guys that I expect to see a lot of our quarterback, Peter. He's a leader for our offense. Defensively, we see Mason. At the corner position, we'll see a big tank down at defensive tackle, and then Bodie at outside linebacker would be the guys I expect to see carrying the majority of the load for us.
All right, thank you, and good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
The Chandler Elite Bears. We got head coach Casey Allen, player of the game Amos Augustine, and real quick, Coach, I just want to go to you first. I mean, it was a very uncharacteristic game here in Arizona, a little bit cooler. Obviously, got the rain. Scoreless game going into that halftime break. What was that message that you shared with that team at halftime to kind of keep them driven in this game?
We just had to keep being resilient. We had to keep pressing, keep playing good defense, execute on offense, and take advantage of our opportunities.
All right, and then obviously coming off a big one here, what's going to be this big mentality going into practice this week?
We just got to keep taking it up, take it up from here. We don't want to go backwards. We want to continue to improve every week.
All right, perfect. Now shifting over to our player of the game. Now real quick, obviously you had one of the biggest plays of the game, getting that touchdown to put you guys up big late in the fourth quarter. What was going through your mind, and kind of just give us a quick breakdown of that play?
Just got to catch the ball, It's just any other game. I mean, they could be a ranked team. We're a ranked team too, They won last year. We fell short. But at the end of the day, just another team, just another DB. Got to catch the ball.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys for your time. Congrats on the win. All right. Hey, have a great night, guys.
Sorry. It's okay. Welcome back to Varsity Sports Show. My name is Ana de la Cruz, and today I'm joined by our Camelback Spartans quarterback, Max Martin. Max, what did you see from your team tonight? How were they able to help you out?
Yeah, so I mean, we didn't start off the best, but you know, we picked it up in the second half. You know, it's just something about like this. I don't know. It's just something special about these guys. Like, you know, we may not have the best start, but we're always finishing strong, and we're always getting there hard. So it doesn't matter. We're there.
How was your defense specifically able to help you out tonight?
Yeah, so obviously big stop on that fourth down on that sack. So it's 4th and 15, so we needed that one for sure. But our defense made huge impact today. You know, having some big tackles, big plays. That interception by Julian, so that was awesome. These guys stepped up.
All right, Fairfax kind of took the lead again, but you and the rest of the team were really able to capitalize on your next possession. How do you think you guys were able to do so?
Yeah, so our offense, you know, we're built to, hey, if we're down by 30 or if we're up by 30, it doesn't matter. We're staying in that game no matter what. You know, me and my coach Ferrara, my offense coordinator, we stuck in it hard. So, you know, we're just consistent, so we got this.
All right, and then this game really went back and forth tonight. How do you think you guys were able to come out with the win?
Heart, you know, we wanted it more than they did. So, you know, it's just we're gonna run region these next 4 games. So, and then we got playoffs. Something that hasn't happened in Camelback since over 20 years. So, something special.
All right, thank you so much for joining me, and congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Varsity Sports Show. My name is Ana de la Cruz, and I am here with our winning coach, Coach McNutt, who took the win over Fairfax, 18-16. Coach, your team did not hesitate to come back the first time when you guys went down in the third quarter. What did you see from Day on that drive right there all the way to the end zone?
Well, here's the crazy thing. Day's been doing that all this year. I don't know if you saw where he actually ran the punt, got scored, and then got called back. I think he's had he was due.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we're looking at flag. Anytime he scores, there's a flag. I feel sorry for that kid at times.
It counted this time, though.
Yeah, this time, at the right time and the right moment.
Exactly. Fairfax kind of took the lead once again, but Max Martin and the rest of the team were really able to capitalize on their next possession. How do you think they were able to do so in order to gain the lead back?
They've been doing this, I'll be honest, all year. The balls just didn't drop our way. I mean, we're scoring 30, 40 points a game, you know, kind of deal. So we know we can put the points up, you know, anytime. So they're confident in it.
Perfect. Defense was huge, especially in that last drive right there with the minute left. What did you see from them?
Well, we did talk about this in the beginning. He said it was going to be a defensive game. But they've done that. You go back to the Arcadia game when it was on the defensive end. We got a big sack at the end of the game. Same situation. You know, when it comes to the end, we want our defense on the field.
All right, and then punch after punch in this one. How do you think you guys were able to take the win?
Like I said, we going through the non-region games we did, the Mesas, the Desert Mountains. Like I said, we've taken our punches and we're learning how to punch back.
At the right time, too.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me, and congratulations on your win, Coach.
Hey, this is the first win against Fairfax by Camelback ever. So you can put that in.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Varsity Sports Show, this is Aaron Herpe. I'm here with Anthony Segura. Anthony, you had that really big touchdown towards the end of the game that put your team back in the momentum that they needed. How important was that for you guys?
That was really important. That gave us a boost of morale, and yeah.
So moving into the rest of the season, how important is it for you guys to continue this momentum that you have right now?
It's very important because we started off slow, and that really just declined our confidence, and I think this will increase it, and we'll be moving pretty good for the next 2-4 games.
Thank you, and congrats. Hey, Varsity Sports Show, this is Aaron Herpe. I am here with Coach Linton. Coach, you guys just had a big win against Higley. How important was this win for your team?
You know, it's just a huge one for us and our confidence. We've had a rough go. Really 2 great opponents that we had to see, and that's a great football team, and I'm so proud of our kids and how we battled right through the end. So,
what good things did you see from your team in this game?
We had grit. We were gritty. We had resolve. Kids kept battling all the way to the end. Had a big turnover late. A drive that took the clock all the way out, and our defense had a great stand at the end.
And moving into next week, what are you guys going to work on for your next game?
Again, we got to continue to clean things up. Offensively, we got to finish drives. We had too many times where we finished inside their 20, and defensively did a great job. We just need to make sure that we ride the momentum.
Thank you, Coach, and congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I'm here with Jaden Matthews of the Saguaro SaberCats. Jaden, big game tonight. Yeah. Can you walk me through what you were seeing on defense?
It was just a lot of miscommunication. It was just a little mix it up, but we talked about it at halftime and we just came correct. But it's nothing perfection, so there's always a little adjustments we can make better.
And what is going to be the key to your next game against Highland?
Being a team, not trying to be a part. Everybody trying to just do everybody else's job and everybody just do their own thing. I think we'll be okay.
Congrats tonight. You're our player of the game, Jaden Matthews. I'm here with head coach Jason Mons of the Saguaro SaberCats. Coach, big win tonight, bounce back win. What was the message to the team after the win?
Well, that it's been a grind getting to this point. You know, we've had probably one of the all-time most difficult schedules that any Arizona high school football team's ever had in our first 5 games, and this was a good team tonight. So, you know, they're 4-1. They played Highland down to the wire, and so for us, it was just, you know, I'm proud of our guys for getting to this point, for fighting through it. It's been tough, you know, for a program like us that's used to winning and used to winning easily, you know, a lot, especially early in the season. There's been some trials and tribulations to get to this point. So proud of our guys for staying together. I thought we did a better job, even though we still have a lot of things to clean up. I thought we did a better job of handling adversity tonight and settling back in, not getting frustrated, especially offensively. We ran the ball really well in the second half. I thought we physically dominated a good defensive front. So I'm proud of our guys, and our bye week came at a perfect time, and we've got to get healthy mentally and physically. And then we've got to make a run, and we've got to treat, you know, really our last 4 games, it's got to be like playoff mentality for our program. So I'm excited. I'm glad that was a big win. That was a team that was very capable of beating really anybody. So, you know, to come out here and control it in the second half the way we did, I thought was a big step up for our program.
And then lastly, what did you like from your D-line tonight? They had a great performance.
Yeah, you know, that Desert Edge big up front. That quarterback's super athletic. He keeps plays alive. They got athletes all over the field. I mean, they're pretty dynamic, and we got after him. You know, Garrett Martin, you know, Magnum West, Dion LeMade, those guys were really charging hard and good rotation. A lot of other guys stepping in, making plays. So that's it. I think those guys give us a chance, and we just got to settle in the secondary, and we can limit some explosive plays. If we can do that and start getting off the field on third downs, we can be pretty special, because I think our offense is starting to click, our run game's starting to click, our O-line's getting better every week. So teams can't do what they did tonight, which is pay a lot of attention to Derek English, you know, keep 2 players over him, because if they're going to play us straight up in the box, we got to be able to run the ball, and I thought we did that tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan. In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
And that is going to wrap up this week's edition of Varsity Weekly. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Varsity Show for updates throughout the week. Stay tuned to NFHS, Vimeo, and YouTube for our broadcasts. And join us on the Varsity Sports Show from 8 to 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings on KDUS 1060 AM Arizona. For Vince DeLisio and our entire crew, I'm Paul Schultz. Thanks for joining us.